Hey guys, King of Charmers here. Today we're your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you a 5-0 with my best Alolan Sandshrew team in the Kanto Cup. It's gotten multiple of my viewers to Legend, and it's still really solid because of minimal changes to the Kanto Cup. This is Alolan Sandshrew XL lead, Hypno Say Switch, and Amok to close out. You're gonna see me just be really fancy here, and all 5 of these battles are actually against contending legends. I will lose the lead here. I will do Blizzard through shields, and I will absolutely disrespect my opponent, maybe with the boost. But yes, Alolan Sandshrew, you all know I love Alolan Sandshrew. I made it go viral at one point. Literally, I have receipts, and it was freaking hilarious, and it swept its way to victory, and I love it so much. But before we get started, I have my therapist mental health tip of the day. If usual, as I say it now, you can skip that. All you have to do is literally just go ahead and scroll or fast forward. I put the chapters on every video, so you can just skip past this if you really don't want it. But if you do, my therapist mental health tip of the day is going to be a goal breakdown. So this is a help manage stress. A lot of you may or may not procrastinate. I procrastinate all the time. I'm in even almost finishing grad school, I'm going to tend to procrastinate. Like, I usually get stuff done right away, but then unless there's a hard deadline, I'm just like, you know what, I can do it like later. It just really depends what it is. But this is related to Go Battle League. So long to-do lists and difficult responsibilities often lead to stress and anxiety. If the stress and anxiety gets too much, avoidance and procrastination may use unhealthy coping strategies. Avoidance and procrastination let a appointed person avoid these uncomfortable emotions at a cost. So by using this goal breakdown worksheet, your clients will learn how to break their goals into small and more manageable tasks. The first page includes an example and tips for doing this effectively. The second page is a template for your clients to apply what they've learned in their goals. So it's an excellent cool tool to address procrastination, stress, ADHD, and goal planning. This is especially for the managing stress and goal planning part of the issue is for Go Battle League, because some of you make a goal of veteran, expert, and then legend. So you'll spend one season making veteran, and then you'll make expert, and then you'll make legend. Go Battle League is not as difficult as it was before in rank 10 to make legend, because back in the day you only had like 2 months to make legend. Now, not even, I think it was like a month and some change. But now you have a good 3 months. So a way you could break down those goals is that if you don't do your battles every day, or you don't do most of your battles, that's a goal you can set so that you can get to legend early. Or if you're like me and you get to your goal too fast, I do this on purpose, I will tank my elo on purpose so I don't sit in queue times. It's happened to me in 3 separate seasons. 3rd time's a charm, and 3rd time is when I'm sick of it. I do not care about the leaderboard. I will kill anyone on the leaderboard at will. I don't care. It's a freaking Go Battle League. If this was Jiu-Jitsu and I'm going for a shiny medal, I'm going to do probably a lot more than just take your soul. I'm going to literally grind you and destroy you, and I will finish you. I have a finishing mentality when it comes to Jiu-Jitsu competition, so I will finish you. If I don't, I will make the freaking 6-minute 2-round match as painful as humanly possible, depending on what belt we're at. Because different belt levels in Jiu-Jitsu means different timings and different rounds. If it's ADDC and we're going for a freaking championship, I will catch you and I will finish you. But it just depends. Not really. Sometimes I just play with my food. That's the analogy I use, especially for my students when I do wrestling coaching. So yeah. But yeah. If you're gonna go straight for goals, go for legend. Because what happens is that if you make legend earlier, for some of you, ultimately most of you that are going after said goals are gonna go after legend anyways. So break down those goals. Make it now and then do more studying, etc. Or you're gonna work on something, for example, like your matchups, knowing your typings, your counts, etc. It is very hard to do subconscious counting like I do. It is incredibly difficult. Unless you're a therapist or a mental health professional, you're probably not going to be able to CBT your way through Go Battle League. Unless you're a clinician, and only 1% of the world or less are mental health professionals, so good luck with that. But it's totally possible for you to reach your goals. Again, use this goal breakdown worksheet to help out for your stress, procrastination, etc. And it can help you out for Go Battle League goals as well. So it's my therapist mental health tip of the day. This is my 5-0 with Alolan Sandshrew XL, the best team for Alolan Sandshrew XL. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here are the battles. We got Legend on Legend action, and we got Sandshrew and a Dragonair. Now you win this lead, so you don't really have to switch out, but you could expect your opponent to switch out pretty dang quickly. Or they're going to try to catch something. Or they stayed and try to Aqua Tail you to death. Speaking of catch, there's the catch. As you see, we got a little Marowak, and seeing that Fire Spin come through, I can already tell it's a little Marowak. So what you're going to do is, I actually switch in a Hypno in this instance. The reason being is because you're always going to sneak move now, I like that I'm able to get those extra confusions in, and Sandshrew is able to dominate Dragonair pretty hard. My opponent may or may not shield here, but Shadow Hypno being able to get those extra confusions through does some heavy damage. I could have sent Muck in here, however Muck does get hit by Bone Clubs pretty hard. And at the same time, like I mentioned, you see that sneak that I was able to get through, you're able to sneak moves more consistently. So, with that being said, we got Dragonair, we got Alolan Marowak, and other than seeing a Nidoqueen in back, Ama can actually do some pretty decent work against most of everything in the meta. Most of everything. That or you can Acid Spray, and you can Dark Pulse combo somewhere. Our opponent tries to catch a Shadow Ball, and I'm kind of confused as to why, because I'm like, that's going to hurt a lot. And as you see here, a Shadow Ball puts this Shadow K9 into the borderline. Well, it puts it in the yellow, but then now thanks to that, we're going to be able to Acid Spray here, and we should be able to Poison Jab down. Even if this is an overheat, because we got the debuff, I should be able to send in Sandshrew, or I can send in Hypno to farm down. Either way. But this is pretty much game. As you see here, we still got a freaking fully healthy, well, not fully healthy, but a Sandshrew that's nearly healthy, and all it's going to take is get one Night Slash on this poor Dragonair, and that's GG's. That's a sweet Purified Dragonair. So it's nice that you're all angelic and all that, you know what I mean? Like, you're all Dragon type too, because Dragon types are obscenely overpowered. Well, we're in Generation 1. Dragons and Psychics were pretty dang overpowered in Generation 1. So now, yeah, they're not that overpowered now. But yeah, this is a sweet 5-0. So that's the beginning of it. I could have thrown Amok or Hypno as a switch, but it really doesn't matter at this point. We got Legend on Legend action again, and you get Nidoqueen on Sandshrew. We win this lead, however, they switch in a Legatung, and this really sucks. You can send in Amok, but what I like doing here is if they send in an XL Legatung, is to do a little bit of chip damage with Night Slash first, then switch into Amok. Because you resist everything anyways. And I'm going to hit them with the Blizzard. This is for the memes. So feel the power of the North. This is the Game of Thrones level freaking Blizzard. And as you see here, it does go through. And that did a whole lot of damage. XL Lickitung eats some Frostbite. All we're going to do is send in Muck. We're going to go ahead and eat these Body Slams. And then we're going to go ahead and farm down with Poison Jab. This is kind of a risky play because now your Sandshrew is out of... Now Sandshrew is energy dry, but it's okay because we still got a Muck loaded with energy and we still have a decently healthy Alolan Sandshrew. So as you see here, all we're going to do is we're going to Dark Pulse and they managed to eat it, which I'm kind of like, why though? Okay, so the thing is, this Shadow Nidoqueen has to hit me with Earth Power if you want to kill. Or they could have honestly just Poison Jabbed me down and debuffed me and then made it a little easier on themselves because you have to get a move off anyways, as you see here. My opponent fires the Poison Fang finally, and I managed to debate them with a Acid Spray, which is absolutely hilarious on my part. I send in Hypno in an attempt to snipe down, but it doesn't work, but that's perfectly fine. I will just eat this move. It's okay. It's likely a Poison Fang, and it is. And because it's just -1, we're perfectly fine. And then I get a Chansey. And I get really mad. For those of you that don't know me that well, I love Chansey. Back in the day when Season 1 first came out, I pretty much innovated the timeout strat with the Blissey timeout strat. I innovated it in Season 1 because I would use Blissey to time everything out, or Hyper Beam Blissey. That was a very long time ago. But, yeah. And now it's resorted itself to be a living meme because XL Chansey is probably one of the most annoying things on this planet. We're just gonna eat this Psychic. I was expecting the Hyper Beam here, but we still got 2 shields. We got shield advantage, and I still have Alolan Sandshrew, so this is pretty much game. Yes, you are obscenely thick. Yes, you are and you're literally like anime fan service, but Pokemon fan service because you know just how thick you are. But yes, if I would marry something, I'd probably marry Chansey than an actual human being because Chansey is guaranteed to take better care of you than a human being. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. As a therapist, as a marriage family therapist, I don't know how I feel about that. I've done couples counseling when I was in crisis intervention counselor in the military, and my god, it is a very complicated process. As you see here, yes, we shield the Psychic, but we got 2 shields, so it's perfectly fine. Literally, our only win condition here is to literally just Night Slash this thing to death. And they really don't have a way out. Because Pound charges so slowly and does such little damage, especially when resisted, I should be able to outpace his Chansey and just Night Slash my way to victory. As you see here, these Night Slashes are just going off, and I finally get the freaking boost after how many Night Slashes I put into this freaking Chansey's eyes. And that's GG's. My god. I was like, can I boost? Like, that in the moment, like, when I was actually doing that battle, like, I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, dude, can I boost, please? 2369, that is a very impressive elo. Legend on Legend action once again. It's a perfect example of how to win against a Lapras lead. So, what you do is you switch into Hypno, and then you Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch should generally allow you to be able to take Safe Switch, and you kind of don't want to stay lined in anyways when you're against a Lapras with Alolan Sandshrew. There are two best case scenarios here. One, they stay in with Lapras and you wipe it out, so Aishu and Muck can go to town. Or your back row is actually pretty dang good against two of their Pokemon, or at least one in the back row. Like you see here, they switch into Pidgeot, which is actually great for you because I should be able to farm down here. They're gonna hit me with a Feather Dance or a Brave Bird, but you want to keep Switch. So I'm guessing this is a Brave Bird, and I mean a Feather Dance, and I actually called it right. And I was like, wow. I called the Feather Dance, and I was like, wow, you're really ballsy. The reason why I thought it would be a Feather Dance is because they might elect to just let this go anyways, and just get some extra farm. So, as you see here, these Surfs are going to go off and just chunk away at Aishu, but Aishu can take a pretty good amount of damage. XLs don't matter too much as far as the damage difference, but XL does allow you to win CMP against other Aishus XLs that don't have the best buddy ribbon. And mine is in fact best buddy, so I'm just not showing the ribbon. I do that as kind of like a form. If your opponent isn't paying attention, then they'll be like, oh hey look, it has a ribbon. But if you don't have a ribbon, you're trying to basically just 42069 IQ your opponent to death. Which sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you know it's what it is. As you see, we're going to be able to outpace to this Night Slash. I undercharged for some odd reason. I'm like, maybe I could get some extra one through, and I get the boost. And they send in a Wigglytuff. Now, this is why I like Poison Jab versus using Snarl nowadays. You can, if they happen to have a Charmer in the back, this is what it is. This is what happens. You just literally Acid Spray him, and then the absolute disrespect. The absolute disrespect. And now all we gotta do is literally just our opponent top lefts, or they would have just gotten Acid Spray to death. So, literal disrespect. As you see, this was yes, that's the best case scenario. If you get the Lapras lead, switch into Hypno, try to win back Switch, or just try to take out the Lapras. Legend action once again, and this is actually a very interesting lead. So, a Grimer actually has Mud Bomb. So, I was trying to think for a second, like, yes, it has Mud Bomb, so this is why it makes it really dangerous, but most of them are using it for some odd reason. As you see here, we have a Magneton switch into Aishu, and this actually really sucks for you. I should have switched out, but the problem is both Hypno and Muck are resisted, so I just try to, like, finesse my opponent here. My game plan is to try to break both shields. So try to break both shield with Night Slash, and then hopefully you get the boost, which doesn't present itself on this way. You know, even though freaking Darkness is an incredibly strong element in anime, like, literally, Darkness is a really strong element, etc. Like, yeah. But on this day, when you use it in Pokemon Go, you pray for the boost, and we don't get the boost, unfortunately. Our opponent tries to switch out, and now we're able to realign. As you see here, our opponent does give up switch, and we're like, yay! So this is kind of where we want this. Hypno probably has a good matchup against a lot of things in the back, especially up a shield. As long as my opponent doesn't have Mud Bomb, I'm actually pretty okay right here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to Acid Spray, and then I'm going to Dark Pulse my way to victory. Acid Spray should get this thing low enough, and then if they fire, if I get KO'd, that's fine. If not, with that debuff plus Dark Pulse, this should kill. You want to try to bait as much as you can with Acid Spray, unless you really feel like Dark Pulse will matter. For example, if you're facing a Alolan Marowak, and they don't shield a Dark Pulse, it might put you in a better position than trying to Acid Spray right away. So as you see, I predicted the Machamp in the back, and all we're going to do is we're going to Confusion down. Our opponent is going to hopelessly try to punch us to death. They combo in with Magneton, but it just doesn't matter. Because all we're going to do here is literally, we could eat this Magna Bomb just fine, and then our opponent is just going to top left because they already know it's game over. So usually the opponent tries to hide the fighter in the back. That's why I try to leave Hypno in the back for last if you're not trying to use it as a safe switch. So Very impressive. As you see, we got a legend on legend for all these battles. 5-0 against all legends with freaking Alolan Sandshrew XL. And we get a Lapras again. This time they swap into a Hypno, and this is actually way worse than the last time around. The reason being is because Alolan Sandshrew doesn't do great against Lapras. You're taking a ton of damage from those surfs, and Snorlax is a boss. So I almost royally jack up this matchup. Luckily, now that sneaking's fixed, you can just get these freaking confusions through like no tomorrow. So as you see here, I go for the Thunder Punch. I want to get rid of Snorlax, and I want to win switch. But it's still not comfortable just because Lapras in the back is not a great idea. I attempt to try to farm down my opponent and it goes terribly, but I'm still going to shield here because like I mentioned, I want to keep switch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take out that Lapras, but we're going to find out. So I should be able to get enough, and as you see here, they send in a Hypno, which is actually really great for us. Not really. I have a Alolan Muck, so then I should be able to sponge whatever comes in with this Hypno. I send a Alolan Muck and my opponent is firing. They're likely going to Thunder Punch me. And then Alolan Sandshrew is going to come in, and we're going to try to come out with a... I need to come out with some kind of dub here. I need to be like Dexter, where I like go to my lab and I would try to figure something out, because this is actually really rough. I'm going to have to be really fancy here. My idea here is I hope they switch in a Lapras, or I get a little more energy here. As you see, I'm trying to get as much energy as possible, trying to time everything out. This Dark Pulse should kill, but my idea here is that Dark Pulse here, get to an Acid Spray or a Dark Pulse, and with the chip damage, I should be able to send A/in, and I should be able to Night Slash down with the chip damage. So as you see, because I'm able to get this Dark Pulse off, Night Slash should put this Lapras in kill range, or I can Powder Snow after. Either way, it should get really low to, if for some reason I lose Alolan Sandshrew, Muck can come in, go in, and then just Poison Jab down. And then that's pretty much game. And as you see here, it works out. Plan A works. This Surf won't kill. I should be able to Powder Snow now. And there you go. A sweet 5-0 delivered by the Lord and Savior, Boost of Jesus, Alolan Sandshrew. Yes, it's a little igloo armadillo thingy, but hey, you know what? Ice Sonic the Hedgehog never hurt anybody. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. And as you see, we got the sweet 5-0. Alolan Sandshrew is still a boss, still did really well for me in the Kanto Cup, and with minimal changes to the Kanto Cup meta, it's still an absolute beast if you play it well. I hope y'all enjoyed the Blizzards, I hope y'all enjoyed the Shoutcast, and I hope y'all enjoyed this sweet 5-0 in the Kanto Cup with the best Alolan Sandshrew team for the Kanto Cup. And that's game! As you see, these were some really freaking sweaty battles. Alolan Sandshrew eviscerates all legends despite losing lead and against some pretty dang meta teams. Also, I may or may not have disrespected a lot of people in blizzarding through shields, because blizzarding through shields is one of the most favorite things I love to do. It's the Game of Thumbs episode, Hurricane 69420. This is Todoroki, and I will be using Ice, the Ice side of Todoroki, to freeze you and your Snorlax, your Lickitung, and anybody that manages to no-shield the Blizzard to death. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. This team is still really freaking solid. This team does really good coverage against Alolan Sandshew's weaknesses, and there's not a particular mon that will incorporate this entire team, or there isn't ways you can't play around with it if you're fancy. So, again, really solid. This is still a super solid team. Got me a sweet 5-0, literally the first time I decided to use it. This is the first time I went back to it. Bam, 5-0 right away. And I'm like, wow, this team is still really legit. And hopefully it does help you out, especially for those of you that did do Alolan Sandshrew community and you're looking to go use your Alolan Sandshrew XL for a test run and just have it boost its way to victory. But do me a huge favor, please like and subscribe and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I really do appreciate y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying the new season with sneaking. The game is supposed to be working. I like how Wild Susan Boyle put it. The game sneaking works, but everything else is broken, and that's pretty factual. And I also stream on Twitch, but I don't stream until Sunday nights, and then I'll be doing, my plan is to do 3 days of streaming, so Saturday, Monday, Tuesday night, and then after those 3 nights, I have 1 in the morning, so 4 streams a week as of right now, so that's the way I'm going to put it down. So hopefully I will see y'all there. I've already seen some of y'all say hi. I really do appreciate y'all that support me on Twitch, and just I've been doing this for a while. So I'm pretty happy with the progress I made. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Good luck up on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.
this that I mean.